What's up guys, back with another video, and today we're going to be reacting to useless and specific useless things billionaires spend their money on. I already watched it, so I'm gonna just let you guys watch it. Let's get into it. Oh, yeah, I got my headphones on, so let me turn it down because I don't want it blasting in my ear. Alright, cool.
Most people have a plan for what they'd do if they won the lottery, and everyone's list looks pretty similar. Buy a house, pay off your debt, donate to charity, maybe get a flashy car or go on a nice holiday if you've some left over. With that said, what do people buy when money is literally no object? It turns out they buy some pretty ridiculous stuff. So here are the most expensive, useless things that millionaires spend their money on. $3 million window. Now I know millionaires will pay a lot of money for a good view, but paying a lot of money for just a window seems a little extreme. Sure, this window was allegedly the one used by the sniper that shot JFK, but I'm still not sure it's worth $3 million. Plus, to make this story extra crazy, there's a lawsuit going on because no one knows if it's even the real window. So some random rich person may have spent $3 million on a totally ordinary window, which is pretty useless if you ask me. 30 million Da Vinci Scientific Journal. When you're as rich as Bill Gates, you can pretty much afford to buy anything you want, so it's pretty interesting to see what he spends his money on. Turns out it includes a volume of Da Vinci's original scientific notes, which set him back a cool $30 million. They're super historically important, obviously, but they're also pretty useless, as they are kind of indecipherable and also can't be
You're retarded.
handled much due to their age. Still, it's a better
Not y'all guys. Not y'all guys. I'm talking about them. They retarded, man. Let me see.
purchase than any of the
Let me see how guys react.
other examples coming up. $1.38 million gold toilet paper. So a joke item that you can actually buy is toilet paper printed with dollar notes, which is supposed to make you feel richer than you actually are. The thing is, some millionaires have taken that one step further and started buying toilet paper made from real gold. It's totally functional, 22 karat and 2-ply, but it's also literally no better than regular toilet paper. It exists just to impress guests when they walk into the bathroom, and then a part of that $1.3 million spent is literally flushed away, making it a super useless purchase. $250,000 gold shirt. When most people go clothes shopping, they try to find things that are comfortable and easy to wear, or at least not downright dangerous to put on. However, a millionaire calling himself the Gold Man spent $250,000 on just one t-shirt, and that t-shirt is made of gold. The shirt took 15 days to make and is lined with velvet, making it super heavy and uncomfortable to put on. Not just that, but it can't be washed, so you can't even wear it whenever you want. $15,000 haircut. Don't get me wrong, getting a haircut is a totally practical thing, but the way this guy went about it is a little over the top. I mean, when the Sultan of Brunei decided he needed a trim, he didn't find a local barber. He decided only an English hairdresser would do. The Sultan generously paid $15,000 to fly a London barber 7,000 miles to do his hair. And the man usually only charges £30. That's quite a steep price for something that usually takes an hour at the most, which makes it a completely useless expense. Tiger shark. What do you get the person who already has everything?
Whoa! Number 1, alien creation.
Apparently a giant, real-life tiger shark cut in half and suspended in formaldehyde. Sounds morbid, I know,
It's not real.
but the shark is
It's art. It's art. Okay. Don't tell him I said that.
actually an art piece by Damien Hirst, which was originally bought for $93,000. That's already pretty expensive, but then billionaire hedge fund manager Steve Cohen bought the shark for $8 million. Now I know art isn't usually useless, but remember, this is literally just a cut-in-half shark, and it's decomposing, albeit slowly, so it won't even be around forever. Before I reveal the next example, I'd like to remind you to subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. We upload amazing, fact-filled list videos daily. Also, make sure to click that bell icon to stay updated, or you'll regret missing out on some amazing knowledge that could have filled your brain. Now let's get back to it. Super Jumbo Jet. Buying a private jet is pretty standard millionaire behavior, and if you travel a lot, then it's definitely not useless. However, one member of the Saudi royal family made some upgrades to his jumbo jet that I'm not sure he's ever going to use. I mean, he spent $319 million on a double-decker jumbo jet, and then had it remodeled to make room for all his horses and his 2 Rolls Royces on board. That sent the price soaring past $500 million, and since I doubt he'll be invited anywhere where he needs a herd of animals and 2 cars, I think it's a pretty useless upgrade. $3.2 million dog collar. Everyone loves their dog. There's a reason they're called man's best friend after all. However, no matter how much money I had to spend, I'm not sure I'd ever be willing to drop $3.2 million on a dog collar. Yes, you heard me right. The Amore dog collar is 52 carats and encrusted with 1,600 individual diamonds. All that money on something the dog will either get dirty, take off at the first opportunity, or flat out refuse to wear in the first place. $14,000 diamond tea bag. Tea bags can only be used once, so spending any more money on them than necessary is a pretty pointless idea. With that said, someone out in the world owns a $14,000 tea bag made by tea company PG Tips for their 75th anniversary. The bag is encrusted with 280 diamonds and is fully functional, but it's actually totally useless, because using it means the whole investment literally goes down the drain. Solid gold Lego brick. Is there anything more useless than a single Lego brick? As it turns out, yes, there is. A solid gold 14-karat single Lego brick. Aside from weighing 2.65 grams, the brick can be used just like any normal Lego brick, but you can't exactly mix it in with a bunch of normal plastic Lego. That means that unless you're willing to fork out another $14,000 for every gold Lego piece you make, the lonely gold brick is destined to never be used. $1.3 million surfboard. Be honest, if you bought a handmade surfboard for $1.3 million, would you ride it? I'm guessing the answer is no. It would most likely stay on a wall somewhere where it couldn't get dirty or break. The funny thing about this item is that its maker insisted it wasn't useless, and that every decision was made to give it the best ride possible. However, I'm not sure the lion painted on the bottom with real gold is adding to the ride at all, if you ask me. $7.5 million poker set. Poker is a great way to lose money, so maybe it's not surprising that some millionaires decided to throw away money on the actual poker set itself. The most expensive poker set in the world contains cards that are platinum plated and white gold chips embellished with everything from rubies, white and black diamonds, emeralds, and even sapphires. The result is a set that will set you back $7.5 million, which means you don't even have to put any money on the chips. Glace luxury ice cubes. Now, $325 might not sound like a huge amount to spend on something if you're a millionaire, but what if I told you that that's how much a bag of 50 ice cubes cost? That's right, millionaires will spend over $300 on a bag of luxury ice cubes, which are supposed to keep your drink cold while remaining absolutely tasteless. That makes each cube $6.50, which is surely more than the price of the actual drink itself. The Gold Bullion Mouse. You'll need $36,000 for this gold mouse. However, this computer mouse isn't actually real gold at all. That means millionaires are paying that much money for a totally normal mouse just because it's called the Gold Bullion Mouse. Why not just save yourself the cash and take some gold spray paint to the mouse you already have? The end result is exactly the same. Crystal bathtubs. I get it. Sinking into a nice bath at the end of the day is an awesome feeling. However, I don't think spending $227,000 on a crystal-studded bath would actually improve your experience at all. The bath takes over 200 hours to make because every Swarovski crystal has to be added individually, and the end result is a super spiky bath that you definitely wouldn't want to bump into on your way in or out. And if that wasn't crazy enough, you can also buy a dog version for almost $7,000. And most dogs don't even like baths. Supreme Brick. Now the phrase designer brick is so ridiculous that it sounds like it can't be real. But trust me, it is. When designer company Supreme released bricks embossed with their logo, people queued around the block to buy them. even though they're completely useless unless you plan on building a house. They were only $30 at the time, which is crazy for a brick, but they've increased in value ever since they sold out. Now it would cost you $4,704,000 just to build a 2,400 square foot house. Better stick to regular bricks if you ask me. Designer paper bag. Jill Sander is a top fashion designer, and her name adds value to whatever she puts it on. Just how much value? Well, when she created her own designer version of a paper bag, it retailed for around $290. Now, to be fair, the bag does have stitched seams and is made from super durable material, so it might last longer than your average paper bag. Even so, I'm not sure it will last long enough to make it a sensible purchase, designer logo or no designer logo. Prada paper clip. Paper clips are the kind of thing you can buy in bulk for hardly any money at all. But for some millionaires, normal paper clips just aren't good enough. Don't believe me? Well, there was enough demand for luxury paper clips that Prada released their own, and they're a staggering $185 each. To be fair to Prada, they have said they're not actually paper clips. They're money clips meant to hold large stacks of cash together, which means you're wasting money just to carry the rest of your money around in a flashy way. Chanel boomerang. When I think of items that don't get used very much, boomerangs are pretty high up on that list. However, if you're a millionaire who just can't live without one, then the $1,325 Chanel version is probably your best bet. The item was part of their 2017 sportswear range, and it attracted controversy both because of its price tag and its alleged cultural appropriation. Gold domino set. Ever felt like your domino set just wasn't bling enough? Well, me neither. But if you have, then how about this $153,000 set made entirely of solid gold, each studded with actual diamonds? In total, that's 168 or 15 carats of white diamonds and 2.4 kilograms of 18 karat gold. This would be a useless buy even if you were super into dominoes. But let's face it, when was the last time you even saw anybody play? Diamond Barbie necklace. Spending money on expensive jewelry is kind of a waste, but at least you can actually wear it. However, this millionaire spent over $300,000 on a 1-carat square-cut pink diamond necklace that you couldn't even wear as a ring. Confused? Well, this necklace was actually made for a doll and was sold in auction around the neck of an actual Barbie. I mean, I guess it's good that it was sold because the money went to charity, but also, what use could anyone possibly have for that? $450,000 watch. Expensive watches are nothing new, and they're actually one of the more useful things that millionaires spend their money on. With that said, this watch costs $450,000, and the price has nothing to do with how good it is at telling the time. So why the crazy price tag? Well, the strap is made from metal that came from the melted down Apollo 11, and fibers from real spacesuits have been woven into it. Not only that, but the face contains real moon dust, which has been melted down into the glass. Pretty cool, I know, especially if you're super passionate about space, but it's still not any more useful than a watch you could buy for a fraction of the price. Golden toilet. I've already made the joke about flushing money down the toilet, but what if the toilet itself was a complete waste of cash? This toilet is both fully functional and made of 18 karat solid gold, and there's no guessing how much it's worth. Now, this is actually an art piece, so it's not meant to be used, but it is meant to show how ridiculous spending money on pointless things is. The ultimate joke is that the piece is actually called America, and I'm seriously not making that up. Diamond contact lenses. If you always want your eyes to sparkle, these contact lenses can help. I mean, the Shakar Eye Research Center has started selling diamond-encrusted contact lenses, and a pair will set you back $15,000. The good news is the diamonds don't actually affect your vision, so you can wear them and still see perfectly. However, since they don't improve your eyesight either, they're totally useless except for fashion purposes. And they're more creepy than fashionable anyway, so they're useless there too. Did you like any of the items on this list? And what's the...
Okay, guys, I hope you liked this video, and let's get this video 500 likes. And if you new, y'all better subscribe. Subscribe. I'm coming after your life. So you better subscribe, and see you guys in the next video. Bye.